Okay.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday again. And we're live again. It's May 30, the second to the last day on the month of May. So, welcome back to our Go Live channel for the Reset, Restart, and Refocus. This is your host, Amanda. I'm a Philippine born Chinese currently living in Taiwan, and I'm a digital business owner on the side. So, please help me welcome my partner, Jen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live again. My name is Jen. I'm a single working mom to two teenage boys. And just like Amanda, we run this online business uh, alongside our day job and, doing it at pockets of our free time. Yeah.
Yes. And so we are so happy to join or to have this go live with you again because today we have a very important topic to discuss, which is what are the common misconceptions, the myths and misconceptions about this digital business? For those of you who have been following us for a very long time, you have heard us talk about this digital business for I don't know how many times you'll see us post about everything of all the good things about this digital business. But what's this digital business about? Or is this a scam? Or it's kind of hard to trust people when there's something that's not clear. Or so that's why we wanted to take this opportunity to clear out the fogginess around this digital business and give you some more clarity and information on what this digital business is all about. So first off, we're gonna cut the chase and dive direct into the topic. First off, so digital business, you've heard us talk about social media marketing. What if I am not um, I'm not using Facebook or I don't have many friends on social media? I wanted to have my own digital business, but I don't have those friends and I don't know how to use Facebook. What would you do? What would you recommend, Jen?
Well, to be honest, this is very relatable because before I started this online business, although I have a Facebook account, I have never been active, and I don't have many friends on social media either. And in fact, maybe once or twice a year maximum, I will just press a like button.
Yeah.
I'm those silent people, very protective, very of my own privacy and all those stuff. So, but I guess the good thing is, you don't need to be social media savvy. You don't need to have plenty of followers or friends. And in fact, there's so many people out there who doesn't even have a social media page or a Facebook page in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So, always the best thing is that we all need to start from somewhere. If you doesn't know, that's fine, right? And that's why this is so amazing because we've got all the very structured training to guide you step by step. Yeah, so and we've got people who are grandparents, great grandparents, right, who are
Yeah.
really non-tech savvy, not even to say about social media, right? So how about you? How would you, help someone when someone asks you this question, Amanda?
Oh, personally, I don't use Facebook that much. Like previously, I probably post once or twice in a year, and a lot of times people friend me. So I need to have going back to the question, I need to have many friends on social media. The quick answer there is don't worry, people will come after you and friend you on Facebook anyway. You just have to screen out or filter out the people that you want to friends with. So
Yeah,
I don't find that as a problem at all because I have a social media Facebook account, and a lot of times some random people will befriend me on Facebook, and I will just check out their profile, see if they're regular normal people. Then
yeah,
I would friend them. So that's not even a problem at all. You know, People come to
exactly,
you.
exactly. Right. Because we get to choose, right? Because we get to choose to people that we want to be friends with, and in fact, when I run this digital business, it teaches me to be more vigilant on what are the things that are happening on the digital space. And it is something that we all needs to go through in this era, right? This digital technology. So in fact, I am even more appreciative because I learned how to be more cyber savvy. I learned to be more vigilant about, okay, this and that. And so I hope that, answers the first question and some of your concerns. So
Yes.
actually, the other very important things that, which actually I touched about was tech savvy, right? The other thing is people often say, hey, but when you run an online business, or digital business, the first thing they associate with when you talk about business is equals to I have to spend a lot of time, and I don't have a time. Many of people say that I don't have time. I'm a mom, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I gotta take care of all the housework, take care of my kids, I gotta cook with them, blah blah blah. And I'm a working mom, I don't have time, I work a whole day, after that I come back home, I got to do, 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 do. Well, we hear you, we understand because we are also on the same show, right?
Yes.
So how do you cope with that, Amanda? Right. So maybe you first, because you've got a full-time job, you've got to take care of your elderly mom. So how do you cope with that?
Well, I think for me, of all the businesses that I have encountered, be it franchise business, traditional franchise business, or a full time job, or even if a gig side hustle on tutoring someone, or for example, going out and on Upwork or on Fiverr and taking on some side projects, those takes a lot of time. But this online business, it's actually the opposite, because in our online business, our main focus is to help people live the life that they've always wanted to have. And the more that you live the life that you actually want, the more that you can become prosperous in this digital business. What we recommend, or what we advise people, is to go out and enjoy your life. The more that you enjoy your life, the more that your business is going to prosper. And the reason being is because our business, it's really it takes a little or minimum amount of time. Of course, during the startup, when you're starting up, it's gonna take some time, because it's everything is new. You have to build up your knowledge, and so it will definitely take up some time at the start. But then once you already capture the essence and know what are the ins and out of the business, then on average you can spend 1 hour, 2 hours a day to
Right.
manage your business, replying some emails, doing your ad campaign, or um, up leveling your skills. So for me, for instance, my mom is um, 78 years old. She had fractured her bones. She is actually was hospitalized, but during her time in the hospital, I was able to manage a little bit about on my business, and that's because everything is running online. And
Right.
not to mention, I have a full-time day job. So for me, when I encountered this business, it was a no-brainer that this definitely, because of the automation system in this business, it's definitely going to save me a lot of time and a lot of headache in managing this business. On average, 1 to 2 hours a day. And that's not
Right.
one full chunk. That's 1 to 2 hours of little chunks of time throughout the day.
Right. Right. It's the same for me, actually. I typically will advise people that, you spend an average of 2 hours per day, right? But often it's plus and minus. So to me is I always say, give the 100% that you have. Maybe today my 100% is 30 minutes. Give that 30 minutes. But if today I have that 2 hours, give that 2 hours. But there are times where we simply only have that 15 minutes, and that's my 100%. So be it. And if that happened that weekend, I have 5 hours and I have pockets of 5 hours, then go for it, right? And what I really love is that um, this business is all about flexibility and portability, right? Uh, and especially for parents, right? Sometimes we bring our kids for enrichment classes, tuition classes, and we wait with them, right? And during that 1 or 2 hours, what we do, we just scroll our phone, or we go shopping, or we just walk around. So during that
Yeah.
pocket of time, is so valuable. You can just leverage on that time. Or even when we are working, we travel to work. Some of us, we travel work pretty far. For me, I travel to work, it takes me about 1.5 hours. So I spend at least 1 hour to work on my business. And actually, I'm thankful that for that. I'm thankful. So it gives me the discipline that, okay, I know this hour, one out of 1.5, 1 hour, I dedicate my time to business. So, and in fact, when I joined this business, one of the criteria is I do not want a business that takes away time from my two teenage boys because I'm a single mom. I believe in being present with them. And I don't want a side hustle that's going to take away time from them instead of being able to be with. So, because of this flexibility, I'm able to continue to spend more time with them, being present while I build my own business on the side. So it's truly something that is very different and very amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So no
yeah,
sacrificing here. It's yes, of course
absolutely.
there's gonna be hard times, but then as much as possible, we don't want you to sacrifice your time for the sake of earning money. It should be the other
Right.
way around. You wanted to earn money because you wanted to have time freedom, and this is exactly what we're trying to give through this digital business.
Right.
So, moving on to the next topic is, do I need to be a pro in social media? I don't know anything about social
Yeah.
media. I don't even know how the Facebook work. What is this
Yes.
business for me?
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Well, I guess this is something very common, right? Because nobody is started off with pro social media. Social media just evolved over these maybe 2 decades or so, maybe one to these 2 decades, right?
Yeah.
So nobody is a pro from a start. So we have to start from somewhere. And that's where I always go back to what I love about one of the things I love about the training is we have very structured training to teach you how to use the social media and how to, of course, leverage on social media to help you earn the extra that you wanted.
Yeah.
So this is short and sweet for me. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
As long as you're teachable, as long as you're willing to learn, we've got the training program and you'll learn everything in no time. And Jen and I
Right.
weren't a pro. Like, we hate social media. We barely log into our Facebook account, and now we're doing some go lives
Yeah.
within two
And
years.
talking about go live, when people could see us going live, I'm sure that's the same for you. People often tell me, hey, Jen, you mean when I do this online business, I need to speak good English. I need to talk a lot. I need to be like extrovert. I can't do that. I can't do what you're doing. And I often hear people telling me this, and I think I've shared this story many times, so I'm going to cut short about this story. Uh, I really hate being on the social media
Mm,
previously. And when I first saw this friend who was on this business, I told her, you must be crazy. I rather die. I literally say, I rather die than show my face on Facebook Live.
yeah.
And, and I never imagined one day I can be that confident and so authentic to share the way I am now, right? It didn't start off
Yeah.
easy, to be honest. It started really quite tough. I have palpitation, I have this, I have that, and I had to get my son to write on cardboards in front of me, dropping it and all those stuff. But I realized when I walked out of my comfort zone, that's where I became more confident. That's where I grew. And actually, to be honest, I'm sort of like quite addicted to go live because I'm enjoying it because I realized that my intention of sharing my journey with people, because there's so many people out there who probably would have similar challenges like me, and I want to tell people that there are solutions. There are different ways of doing this. There are a different way of living our life. So when my intention is such, I feel it's so beautiful to share my experience with people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that's my journey, right? People talk about how I can talk in front of the camera. How about you, Amanda?
Well, I actually happen to have the same problem. I mean, I don't like to post a lot on social media. When I first encountered this business, I thought, okay, this is going to be a challenge for me because I seldom post on social media because I have that self-limiting belief that I don't have a voice. My opinion or my thoughts towards a certain topic doesn't matter at all. But that's a self-limiting belief that I have to face. And I, through
Right.
this online digital business, I had to face that limiting belief, and every day I have to tell myself I have my voice matters, that I have a say towards certain things, and that I have a unique perspective towards certain things. And so that gradually helped build my confidence. And the second limiting belief that I was able to breakthrough through this digital business is because, you know, doing go lives like this, yes, it's uncomfortable at first, and then you'll think about, oh, what will people think about me when they look at this go live.
Because,
But you know, after a few go lives, you'll realize that nobody really cares. But then a lot of people won't care. But for those who are serious about about your topic and what you're trying to offer, these people are the people that I can truly serve. And so I just focus on my attention on the people that I can serve and that I can help. Right. So I'm
absolutely.
letting go of that thinking or that mentality that, oh, how would people perceive me. Instead, I'm
Right.
thinking, how can I offer value to other people. And it's okay if
Mhm.
this video is not going to be beneficial for, I don't know, 80% or 90% of people. All I'm here to do is to serve that 10% or the 5% that I can serve, right? And
Exactly. Right.
that's um I don't really feel that I have to be a pro or have to really do this go live, but I merely have to be authentic. Even if you're an introvert, you just be your authentic self. Don't think that you're going to serve the entire world, right? You're going to serve,
Right.
we're simply serving the people who are like us, who are embarking on this journey, who are trying to find a different way or different solution to earn more income for their family without
Right.
sacrificing their family time.
Right.
So
Yeah, I like the part where you say about being authentic because it also means that you can speak in your whatever language, right? Like people say that, oh, you've got to speak good English, etc. But we know even being authentic may also mean that you can speak in your mother tongue, right? We've got
yes,
uh people globally on this business. Some of them speaks like Chinese, right? They speak
yeah,
Chinese. They speak their uh, different different languages that they have. So it is okay, right? Because you will then touch the life and change the lives of people who
yeah,
can relate to you. Yeah. And a very important thing I really want to touch on about this is that remember these people who are going to say about you, I call it these naysayers or these worries that you have, they are not going to pay for your bills, right? And
yes,
this is how I
yeah,
overcome myself, right? If I'm so worried about what people's going to think about me and all those things, I ask myself, this is a legit business, right? Are those people going to pay my bills? Are they going to pay for my son's university fund and all those things? No, they are not. So,
yeah.
heck, right. So why should I care? I should then just do whatever that I feel is right for me. Yeah. So this is so awesome. And
Correct.
and
That's a great mentality. And so with that, I think, do you consider yourself as a marketer, or do you actually sell products in this business?
no, not at all. Right, not at all. Because nobody is born marketer. We have people from all walks of life, different professions, right? Like I say, we've got from stay-at-home moms, right up to corporate workers, to lawyers, to doctors, to nurses, right? And we've got waitresses, we've got wow, truck drivers, to even grandparents, great great parents,
Yeah,
and we've got people, who are like coming in as teenagers. Recently, I found out that someone was coming as 18, 19 years old, and
yeah,
well, they work hard for a few years, and in their 20s, they're already retired. So,
Yeah.
you know, I like what Amanda you truly said just now. As long as you're willing to learn, you're coachable.
Yeah.
Well, then this is most important, right? No point being you can be the best marketer on earth. If you're not willing to learn new things and work out of your comfort zone, this may not
Yeah.
even work for you, right? Mm,
Yes. Yes. And people who are really successful in this business aren't really marketers because professional marketers, they have an edge on when they're doing business, when it's a B2B business. But then this business is just for everyday people, people who have a very humble beginning, who simply wanted to have that extra 100 or 200 or $300 supplement income for their family. If you are a professional marketer, there's a high chance that you already know a lot of things, but that doesn't guarantee your success. A lot of people who are successful in this business are actually those people who have zero knowledge, as in zero. Not even they don't even know how to copy and paste on the
right.
computer, and they're able to relate or relay or tell their stories through their social media platform. They were able to affect or impact a lot of people or inspire more people to start their own digital business. And
Mm,
that's it. So you don't really have to be this professional marketer, or you don't even have to sell products. Like Jen and I
right.
have been doing this go lives for what, 18 episodes already. And so we haven't talked about selling a product. What we're doing is simply introducing this business because we don't want to sell products. I mean, how many times have you, I mean, if you look around your house, do you find any products that you actually need? That you actually need? No, I'm sure 90%, 95% of us already owns, possess all of the things that we need. So we don't want
Right.
to focus on selling the business or the product. What we focus
Yes.
on is introducing this business. Of course, does the business have sell products? Yes, but then that's not the point. The product itself is not the point. The product itself is the main focus is that you own a business that could actually provide you a stream of income without sacrificing your family time. And the product,
Exactly.
it's just gonna sell. It's just gonna sell. We're not going to sell you, oh, you have to buy this particular burger or this particular product or this particular device. No, what you're offering here is an opportunity for you to own your own digital business, earn a supplement income without sacrificing your family time. That's it.
Right.
No product selling.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And very often I also hear people say that, hey, it is a scam, you know. And I always like to, I always like to go. Can I go this first, Amanda? I always like to
Yes.
tell people, if you think I found a scam, do you think I'll be showing my face on social media, so many different platforms, day in day out, and show you pictures of myself, of my children, of what I'm doing? And for people who have connected with
Mm,
me, they will know that they can contact with me even through my own personal number and all that stuff. I mean,
yes.
if I'm a scam, you think I'll do that? No way. Honestly, another reason why this is not a scam is because I 100% will not assure you this is a get rich overnight scheme, right?
Yeah.
And it's not an overnight get rich scheme. It definitely is not scam. But someone promise you, you can earn, those online jobs that you see, you can earn $300 per day and all those things. I can 100% assure you
Yeah.
it's definitely going to be scam. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And personally, for me, it's good that if you're thinking if this business is a scam or not, then I congratulate you for being intelligent, smart, because you're not following the masses. You have your own judgment, which is good. So if you have doubt, that's good. Then your next step is just to clarify things out and figure out on your own, like explore on your own if this is really a real business or not, right? So let's take traveling for example. If you're going to travel to a foreign country, you don't know anyone there. You don't know what are the platforms there or the travel agencies there or the hotels there or the food there. but you're gonna try anyway, right? So how do you try? How do you make sure that that particular restaurant is gonna offer you a great service, or how are you gonna make sure that this particular adventure experience is actually real, right? It could be a scam as well, right? But then
Yep.
what do? We do our due diligence, right? We check on the reviews. Uh we kind of send them emails and make sure that we understand what they're selling, and we understand what's the expectation. You know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's like traveling. You're touching upon a certain new experience that you've never tried before, and you just do your due,
Right.
due diligence and learn more about that thing, and then
Exactly.
you decide
Right.
you decide whether or not it's a scam.
And you know, Amanda, sometimes even for traveling, we take that leap of faith, right? Because you know,
Yes.
these days on reviews are so mixed. And I often say that sometimes I take reviews with a pinch of salt because there will always be two parties who
Yeah.
will give positive and negative reviews, right? And
Absolutely.
some it's like, for example, a job review, right? Even a job review where we want to see whether this company is it a good company to work in.
Yeah.
So there will be positive and there will be negative. But the people who give negative reviews, does it mean that truly that is not a good company? Well, it may be, it may be not, right? Because
Yeah.
we do not know what happened to those people, experiences, or what the things they have done that led to that, right? It could be the person have not worked hard enough, right? They have done something not ethical or whatsoever, right? We
Yeah.
never know, right? So, but and I think that sometimes you need to have that leap of faith. What does your gut tells you, right?
Correct.
And when you go with that gut and pray about it, sometimes you just need to go for it, right? It's like you just have to go for it and try. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Just like traveling, you just go out and try and experience that new place or new restaurant, right? And so, with
Yes.
that, with that, as we mentioned over and over again, this is a not not a quick rich scheme, right? So,
Yeah.
in other words, this is not a regular job, or this is not a business where you could immediately earn money, because as Jen and I have been mentioning over and over again, this is this is a business, this is a legit business. And so there will be some capital or investments needed. So,
Right.
okay, we're being honest here. Okay, this is really a real business, so we're being honest. We're not gonna hide anything from you. And so, would you say, Jen, that does this business need a lot of money to start up?
Um, well, the moment you talk about business, I think it only makes sense there should be some sort of capital involved. If it's not, that is not called business, right? But to be honest, in comparison to the businesses that I know, this is truly only a small fraction. So what am I comparing? Right. Let's say if I want to compare to, let's say, a traditional business, right?
Yeah.
Let's say we want to do a franchise, right? A traditional franchise, and I think we've mentioned in one of a few episodes before, it can cost you anything from 200, 300 to even 400K Singapore dollar, right?
Mm,
And in order for you to invest in that amount, it's gonna be easy. Why would an ordinary people who have so much money to invest to open up a business, right? So that's number one. So in comparison to that type of amount, this is truly just a small fraction of it. I'm not
mm,
talking even about all the operation costs and whatsoever. We're just talking about
yeah.
startup cost, right? So this is truly just a small fraction of it. And if you're talking about, okay, that was traditional business. If you're talking about maybe other forms of online business, maybe, drop shipping, whatsoever, there's also a different type of comparison because for those type of businesses, you also need to invest a certain amount to buy the products, to do your inventory, to stock up, right? And on top of that, there's a very important element in this. The other nature would be you need to continuously enroll in courses.
Yeah.
If not, you wouldn't know how to start up. You don't know how to level up, right? And all these courses are really not cheap. It comes
Yeah.
in five figure, four figure at times, and you've got to
Yeah.
continuously attend them. So in comparison to that, this is also relatively so much lesser. So
Yeah. Agreed.
still is a business, you still need to have a certain, I would say, very reasonable type of startup. And there are there are various options how you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
right.
I would say that as long as if you're a working mom, or if you have a day job and you can save a little bit on the side, then there is a huge guarantee that or a huge chance that you'll be able to afford to start this business. But if you don't
Right.
have a job, then my recommendation is to uh, get a source of income first. But then once you have that source of income and you're really determined to succeed in this business, and you're really putting in the effort and trying to learn everything you could to make this business work, then you have a high probability of making it successful or thriving in this
Right.
business. Yes.
Right.
And
Right.
so let's touch upon the $1 million question, shall we? So,
Yes. I-
is this an LLM? Like, a lot of people would ask us, you and Jen, you're using the same system and you're business partners, and oh, it sounds like an MLM to me. Is this,
yeah.
Jen?
Yeah. I love this question. But I always try to throw back the question, what is so wrong with MLM? Yeah, this is an MLM, but what's so wrong with MLM? What is it
Yeah,
that you don't like? Because I've gone through the same thing. I've done several MLMs in my life, and I can honestly tell you, I hate it. I really
yeah,
hate it. But I can understand why people are so fearful and so, I would say, even the word hateful about MLMs.
yeah,
Because in my experience, which I have got very bad experiences, we've got to stock products every month,
yeah,
right? And you have to just keep on buying every month. That's number one. Number two, in a typical MLM, when you rank up, you hit certain rank, you have to maintain the sale of, let's say, if you are hitting, let's say, 50,000 per month, you are at this platinum rank, right? You have to maintain 50,000 per month. And if you
yeah,
don't, you will drop the rank, you kind of drop and drop and drop the rank. So
yeah,
it's so heartache, right? It's so heartache. And you will never have those type of legacy type of income that you will get. No, it's not like even though one day you don't do your business anymore, MLM will never assure you of the legacy that you can continue to have that passive income. Right. So that is definitely not that. So, and one very important thing is you never have to ask your friends and relatives to buy things from you.
yes,
Right. So this is always things that I like to share with people. And another thing is then they will ask, then how different it is, right? Amanda was
yes.
asking you how different it is.
Well, on top of what you have mentioned a while ago, because I've personally joined one when I was in during my college days, because one of my cousins joined one in the Philippines, and basically that's how I started. Like, my cousin asked me, and then I thought, okay, I wanted to have a extra income as well, so I started, and then I figured out, oh, I have to stock up monthly, and then I'd have to ask friends and relatives because social media wasn't really that popular back then, and and really talking to friends and family members about this on the business about like what 20 years ago, um, the MLM business. It's really hard it's a hard topic to discuss, right? Like people would all stay away from you. And so it's really a bad feeling because what we're doing back then is we're offering something that they don't want. But here in this business, you know, we're not pushing you. We're not pushing this business to you. It just comes naturally on your feed, right? If you resonate, if you're looking for an opportunity and this interview or this topic resonates with you, then you'll watch and you'll try to explore and consider, right? So you have a need, and we can offer something that could be your key to your or the answer to your prayers, right? So this
Right.
business, there's a need, there's a demand, and there's a supply. So it's just like any other regular business. We're not pushing you to join this business, that which is the huge, I think the biggest difference between MLM business and ours is because MLM business, there's a push. Oh, more, buy more
Yeah.
products. I need to
Right.
hit that sales
Right.
quota. But for us,
Right.
it's no. It's you have a need, you wanted to have that extra income without sacrificing your family time. Here's our solution. And so
Right.
there's just
And
it's a
yeah.
simple demand and supply thing.
Right. And what I would like to add on is that because this works on a proven automated system, right? People often ask, right, then how do you get business in, right? Well, because we have a proven automated system that is so robust that you don't have to do all the pushing and selling. And
Yes.
we will only attract people who, like you say, truly want to have a better life without
Yeah.
sacrificing time and wanting to supplement income or to earn more or whatsoever. So this is just that system and that business opportunity. And I always like to ask this, not I won't say ask, I like to paint this picture. When people talk about MLM, think of a typical company, a corporate company. You look at their structure. Just like, for example, I used to be from sales and marketing team. Do you think the sales team looks like an MLM too, right? You've got a sales director, then you've got sales managers, you've got probably assistant sales manager, sales supervisor, and you've got all the different sales executives and what. And
Right.
who often gets the overriding? And who always get the least commission? It's always the first level that gets the least commission. And then as you go
Yes.
up, it all rides on your commission, on and on and on. So
Yeah.
even the sales director, right? And then whoever it is. So if you come to think about it, actually, there is also
Yeah.
a sort of MLM type of structure, right? So,
Yeah.
so I guess, but people never think it that way because that seems to be acceptable in a corporate
Yeah.
environment. But why people think it other differently is, like I said, the bad experiences that they have, right? So that's truly very, very different way of looking at it, right?
Yes.
And I also want to share, what's so unique and different about this so-called entire business structure, business we have is that we
Mhm.
have a very unique and patented type of, I would say, compensation plan, right? I think being in sales and marketing for decades, and being in MLM before in several companies, I would dare say this is actually the best compensation plan I've ever seen. And
Mm.
and I think I mentioned a couple of minutes earlier, right? No ever MLM will give you a type of legacy type of passive income, right?
Right.
And they will not ever patent their compensation plan because they cannot patent their compensation plan, right? So the fact that this is so unique and to be able to do that, it speaks a different volume and it speaks that we are very different. Yeah.
Yes. And so, in a nutshell, is it an MLM or is it not? My answer to that, honestly, is it's really depends on how you really see it. I would say
Right.
it's not an MLM because there's so many there's so many differences, like what Jen mentioned a while ago. It's like we don't have monthly quotas, we don't have to buy products monthly, there's no deranking. You can do it at your own pace. You don't have to ask relatives and friends. And the only thing that is really um, that follows the structure of an MLM is the compensation plan. There's that structure, the compensation structure is kind of similar to an MLM, but then that's it. You know how things you borrow when you build up new systems, you borrow all of the good things and then leave the bad things out. This is actually what we're doing here. We're looking at several business models, and then we're trying to just pick the good things on different business models and then leave out the bad things. So in this business,
Right.
it could be an MLM business, but then we don't have all of those negative things about MLM business. It's only just a
Right.
compensation plan, and then that's it. That's it. And
Yeah.
so for me,
Yeah.
that's why I would say personally, this is not an MLM business.
Right. I would say it's not because if this is MLM business, I would say the whole entire corporate structure are all MLMs.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly,
that's how I see
exactly.
it. And I
Yes,
guess I guess there's really no better way than to check it out yourself and find out yourself. To me, what's most important is how sound is this business structure that is going to help me earn a supplemental income or help me to generate certain income without sacrificing my time and still able to allows me to live the life that I want. So
yeah,
you can only hear so much from us, right? You can also hear so much from others. But I think what's most important is you check it out yourself to find out for yourself what is this like, how does this work, and what is the plan like. And
yeah,
use your own research, use or your own method of evaluation and see whether this is something that it works for you. And I think that's most matters, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, the only thing that is keeping you from reaching your dreams is the actions that you take. Without any
Right,
actions, there won't be any changes. So again, if you're interested to know more about this business, feel free to message Jen or me, and we'd be more than happy to, you know, explain more to you and let you know what are your next steps. So on our next
right,
episode, we will talk about why everyday people can do this. Like again, we have mentioned you don't have to be a professional marketer. You don't have to know everything about social media. You don't have to be tech savvy. You don't even have to be an extrovert. So
right.
why? So this is the reason why everyday people can do this. But we're gonna dive deeper than this. So stay tuned next week for another episode. And do you have anything else to add, Jen?
No, I don't have anything else to add. It's beautiful. And I mean, we shared a lot today. We just hope, um, if you are thinking of doing something different in your life, check this out.
Yes. And thank you once again for tuning in. And I hope you have you've received some more clarity about this business. And we'll see you
Right.
next week. Happy Thursday
And
again.
bye,
Bye.
everyone.